Ladies and gentlemen out there, this is Artie Lang. This is disgusting. Everybody's too nice now. We're all so nice, aren't we? But the thing is, we're not nice. Secretly, we're mean. That's essentially the show. It is funny. I cannot be a bigger just blob of nothingness and negativity. Party time. You want to get a little limbo dance going? Come on, I'll do it. The third person at the table was the bottom of my stomach. With hair and paleness and stretch marks. American nightmare. Weight like a spider. And this talks about every controversial subject you can imagine.
Shock jock Artie Lang on Media Day. Can't be with that sweet stuff. Nah.
Smack the sugar right out of you. What's up? Welcome to the Breakfast Show. Artie Lang here, the Artie Quitter Podcast. I'm here with Joe Matarese, Chris Cotton. Bunch of people are here. It's crowded today. We're going to talk to the great Rick Shapiro, one of my favorite comedians ever. Great actor. He's got a thing going on tomorrow that I'm a part of. It's a comedy. What are we calling this? A comedy crawl or something?
Comedy slither.
Comedy slither. We're playing. Rick and I are doing stand-up at 3 different clubs tomorrow to help Parkinson's disease. I want to talk to Rick about that. The first one is Stand Up New York, right? Doors open at 6:30. Stand Up New York. It's up Broadway and 78th. Up in Upper Manhattan, and then we're going to the New York Comedy Club, and then the Village Underground at the end of the night at 11 o'clock. So it's for a good cause. Come on out. New York Comedy Club sold out. That's the 9 o'clock show. But Stand Up New York at 7, and the Village Underground late at 11, still available. So we'll talk to Rick a little bit later. I can't even talk. I have to because I guess it's my job technically. But the fucking Packers-Cowboy game yesterday, I had, again, I'm in this gambling sea of shit right now. I fell off the gambling wagon, and it really is, it might be my worst vice in a lot of ways. The anger that comes out of me. It's just god awful. And the worst call in the history of the playoffs happened. In the history of the playoffs. And listen, for me to argue that the fucking Cowboys got ripped off means I had a lot of money on the game. I went into the game I was up $8,000, okay? I won. First of all, my lock of the week came in.
Lock of the week.
My lock of the week was Seattle, given 11. And they won by 14. I was shitting my pants. It wasn't exactly a lock.
Yeah, they almost onside kicked at the end. You must have been shitting.
No, it wasn't exactly a lock like I thought. I thought they were going to win by 3 fucking touchdowns against Carolina. Carolina showed me more than I thought they would. But so Seattle came in, and then I won on Kentucky. I bet a college hoops game. Kentucky played Texas A&M. Texas A&M, not even ranked, takes Kentucky to fucking double overtime. And I bet the money line on that. I didn't bet with the points. So I had to put up like $3,500 to win $3,000. Anyway, long story short, I won 5 dimes on Seattle, $3,000 on Kentucky. So I'm up $8,000. I got an $8,000 cushion going into Sunday. All right. So
your tweets sound a lot happier.
Right, okay. So I put $6,000. I put 6 dimes on the motherfucking fuck over.
Didn't you originally? I remember on the podcast last week. I think you said I'm just betting on the Sunday game.
Yeah, no, Saturday game.
Saturday games. You weren't going to go Sunday.
Yeah, but I got up.
You didn't like them.
Well, no. Well, I got up $8,000.
All of a sudden they look.
I got
nice.
up $8,000, and I'm like, why not make $8,000 $14,000? That's how I think, you know. And I'm like, it's free fucking money. What's the matter, Art? You don't like free money? What's the matter? You don't like to fucking, maybe buy your sister a boat if she wants one? So now in the paper it was 53.5. Some people had it at 54. Jimmy Polumbo's here too, Jim. If you want to, Jim likes weighing in on my
he's
gambling.
Big sports. Bring
well,
him
he likes
in.
weighing in on my gambling too.
Because they didn't go way near the over.
Okay, so here
They went way under.
Okay,
I think.
but
All right, sorry, I'm ruining the story.
Let me
sorry,
take you
sorry.
through. Yeah, let me take you through my fucking mind. So it's which is really a bad neighborhood.
It's gonna be like shooting roots.
I don't know what that means.
If LeVar Burton walks in,
does anyone know what he means by LeVar Burton?
I love LeVar Burton.
Jimmy just said 2 things no one knows what he means.
Love LeVar Burton.
The references are 40 years old. First of all.
It's Kunta Kinte, right?
Yeah, well, I'm just saying.
I don't like the way you
that was
said
a long
Kunta Kinte.
mini
Explain
Yo.
the joke. Explain what the joke was.
Well, you were saying you were-
I said I wanted to bet the over. And you somehow said LeVar Burton and Roots.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know
No,
why he went
Root-
there. I kind of liked it.
Roots was
Why
a
is
very
my
long mini series.
He uses
that took
Roots
place
a lot.
over time. I've used that joke before.
That's no, you
They-
use
usually
Roots
if they
reference.
shot
So you were
Roots
going
in
for
less
something
time.
that was
Yes.
long. But here's why that's a bad joke.
I think it's brilliant. I disagree.
No, because when you say roots, people don't think length; they think race.
Oh,
so
yes, they do.
you're
that's
getting
how
them
you-
away from
It doesn't
what you
matter.
want them to think of.
People now they might think that's Jimmy Fallon's band, the Roots. I don't know.
Nowadays, that's what they.
That's
would
what they think. They're
That's
not
what they would
thinking
think.
Alex Haley's
Or a
book.
clothing
I forgot.
store.
I didn't realize two of the greatest comedians of all time
No,
to critique
I think it's
and
a-
dissect. I'm going to go through some of your
Well, we're
set,
better than
Joe.
you.
Of course, but that's not saying a lot. You just ranked yourself like 4,000 if you're going to do that. If that.
Please, I'm making a living at this
Can't
for a
wait
long
to
time.
critique some of Joe's. By the way, Joe did an hour and a half material once in front of me, which I always give you
In
credit.
front of you?
Yeah, that gig last
Oh,
year.
but I didn't go in front of you.
Jim, I'm
was right in
really
front of
Jim.
you.
I'm regretting
Yeah.
bringing you over here.
when a
All right,
comedian,
back to your mind of your game.
Yeah, let's
Yeah, that's
hear
fine.
it.
When you get a podcast, we'll deal with your shit. See how many people sign up for the Roots review.
Let's see if Artie travels to Ramsey.
LeVar Burton podcast coming right at you.
Nobody's traveling around. So I figured to myself, I'm up $8,000. It's a cushion, and I'm thinking if I lose the 6,000 with the vig at 6,600, and I'm still up $1,400. And whatever, I can go home. But if I win, I'm up 14,000 going into the 4 o'clock game. And the problem is, the 4 o'clock game, I didn't like anything. I didn't like one bet. But I really liked the over, which a lot of people were getting 53.5. I got 52. Okay, 52 for Packers and Cowboys. Both offenses looking great. At Lambeau, first of all, he scores 70 points on his own sometimes.
Artie, you fat bitch.
Whoa.
Alex the
Easy.
Stoner. Was that on purpose? Oh, okay.
But you got to hurt
the
Aaron
timing was
Rodgers.
great.
Actually, it was perfect. So no, but Aaron Rodgers, hurt or no hurt at Lambeau Field, I think he's trying to rile that crowd up. I don't think he's as hurt as people think.
Come on.
He's limping. Every
limping.
play, he was limping all over the place.
He's auditioning for Richard III. How's that for a fucking reference?
I was going to say peg leg Bates. but I
So I figured to myself, I'll bet the over because there's a good chance that the Packers will get the over all by themselves at 52 points. All right. So of course they make me sweat. It's 26-21, 26-21, and now I'm in a dilemma. I'm rooting for money. I'm rooting for $14,000, which means I have to root for baloney-titted fucking Christie to win, and I got to see him hug Jerry Jones, and just really make me want to throw up. But in order for me to win my bet, that's got to happen. So I got to deal with it somehow. So it's 26-21. Romo drops back for that pass, and Des Bryant goes up and makes a catch. He made one of the best catches in the history of playoff football, and came down with it. Went 3 steps, not 2. Went 3 steps with the ball, and the ball came out of his arm as he was breaking the plane, and then it went out of bounds. It was clearly a catch. It was clearly a catch. Does anybody here disagree that was a catch?
I thought it was a catch. I thought it was a bad challenge because you lose a timeout because it wasn't 2 minutes left, and therefore.
But the challenge won the
got it.
game.
Challenge.
game.
Yeah.
But at the time, I said he caught that.
I said
We
he's
need-
wasting his time. You're right. I said to myself, that's a stupid challenge.
Here's the only I might be taking the side of that I don't think it was a catch and you're going to hate me. But this is one of the only reasons I think it wasn't a catch is they read you the rule book, which said that if you come to the ground with a pass, it's not a catch. And that's the only reason I thought. Because
Explain
then they
that.
showed.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, they
You come
showed.
to the ground.
They interviewed
He
Aaron.
catch the ball. He
Joe.
caught the ball and he went 2 steps.
Joe, what is a common football move? That's the whole crux of it.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Well, what do you mean? When? What?
That's in the rule book. He did not make after he caught the ball.
Then
he did not make a
He was in
common
the air when he
football
caught.
move.
Well, he's
He
in the
made
air
so
when he
many
caught
moves.
it, and then he went to the ground with the ball, and then it hit the ball and it jarred around a little bit, right? Now, the only reason I'm saying this also is they interviewed Aaron Rodgers after the game, and they showed a play from 4 years ago that was the same exact play in a playoff game, and they called it not a catch. I mean, in the end zone, I forget which two teams it was.
Well,
Is that who it was?
listen.
In the end
Calvin
zone.
Johnson played.
Same exact thing, and they reviewed it and said no.
The
catch.
Cowboys got a call their way the week before, so people are saying it's karma and all that shit. But I don't want to. Look, I don't give a fuck about that. I don't give a shit. We're about karma. We're in the game. We're at Lambeau Field. It's Cowboys Packers. So now it gets to the 1 yard line, and I'm like, that's it. It's going over. If they score a touchdown, I win. And the great thing about the over is you can't lose the over. Once you have it, you win. So right away. Even when the challenge happened, I'm like, they're not going to overrule this fucking thing. I'm starting to think 4 o'clock game. So now I'm like, okay, I'm going to put $10,000 on the 4 o'clock game because I'm up 14,000.
You bet the 4 o'clock game before the ruling?
No,
came
no,
out?
no, I didn't. But I said if this in fact goes over, like I think it will, I'm betting 10 dimes. I'm betting 10 grand on a fucking 4 o'clock game. With the vig, if I lose, it's 11,000. And that means I'm still up 3 grand. So there's no way I could lose. It's like Joe Pesci and Raging Bull. If you win, you win. If you lose, you still win. There's no way you could lose.
You sound like Danny Aiello on 29th Street, where he's explaining.
I sound like
I didn't lose.
I sound like every asshole.
It was their money.
I sound like every asshole ever made a bet in his life.
Yeah, I mean, is there anyone that can talk you down when you're in this just bet zone? No one can stop you.
So now I'm thinking
You didn't
I'm
even
going to
acknowledge
win.
the question.
Now I'm thinking
Jeez.
because it's a stupid question. So now I'm thinking I'm going to be up 24,000 for the day. That's all I'm thinking because I figure I'm on a roll and I'm already counting the 10 G's for the 4 o'clock game. But I don't know what to bet. So now people on Twitter are giving me advice. Take this, take the points, take Denver, blah, blah, blah. Take the over in this game. It's a bunch of 2 teams going to score a boatload of points, blah, blah, blah. So while I'm thinking of what I'm going to put 10 grand on, it comes back. The ref comes over to the fucking microphone and just takes my heart. This is the worst part of gambling. It goes, after further review, it's not a catch. It's not a fucking catch.
No. What happens to you then?
I think the closed caption should have been underneath. Artie Lang just lost his bet.
Oh, and then you see baloney-titted fucking Christie. That was the one great part about it. Him and Jerry Jones, real disappointed in it. That was so much fun to see that. But and then I'm like, okay, well, the Packers get the ball back. Are they going to run out the clock? Then, of course, McCarthy gets real conservative. I was so pissed off. He's handing the ball off. Then fucking, again to tease me, Rodgers hits Cobb with a pass, and Cobb almost breaks it. Yeah! There's Joe Namath. There's a drunk Joe Namath. Yeah, so Cobb, I'm Joe Namath. Cobb gets that pass. Yeah! and I'm all excited. So, of course, he gets tackled. Now it's a big first down, and then Rodgers gets a ball tipped. And they catch it again for another first down, which means Cowboys are out of timeouts because they gave up one with the fucking challenge, blah, blah, blah. They're out of timeouts, and now all they got to do is run out the fucking clock. The only way I'm winning is if Aaron Rodgers had the over. Because it would have been a shithead, dickhead move to run up the score and try to score a TD there, and that's what I wanted is the over. They ran out the clock, and I lose. So I'm down $1,400. So of course, now I'm
one game left.
No, I'm up $1,400. I lose that bet. I'm up $1,400 with I thought I was up 24 grand. Okay, now I'm just up $1,400. So now I'm like, I say on Twitter, I go, all right, guys, you know what? I got enough action for today. I'm up $1,400. I'm taking my $1,400 and I'm going home. Twitter, you pussy, faggot, asshole, fuck you, fucking gambling, blah, blah, blah. You got to bet the game, come on, blah, blah. And what do? I'd love to say I'm mature and I don't let it bug me. I'm like, okay, fuck off. What am I taking? Then I get the bet of all bets. My guy has the Broncos at -7. Most people have it at 9.5. I got it at 7. He stayed with the Daily News line. So I got to take it. I consult my Twitter. Like, that's my cabinet, my Twitter people, my Twitter followers. I consult Fire Girardi, and Artie likes to fuck himself in the ass.com with his ass wipe. And They all like Denver at -7. I like the over too, which also didn't come in. But I said, fuck it, I'm going to take Denver -7. So I bet Denver -7, $5, $5,000. So now I watch as Peyton Manning. The best performance Peyton Manning had is in the Papa John commercials.
Oh, Jesus
By the way, which we have to watch that. Commercials for the wedding ringer, and I can see a few more of those.
I did one of those commercials with Peyton Manning.
I know, we know.
He's the Johnny Drama of the group.
We'll talk about that later.
Johnny Drama.
It's hilarious.
You sound like that guy. What's that guy in Modern Problems? You ever see Modern Problems with Chevy Chase?
I don't remember any of it. Yeah, I've seen it.
Dabney Coleman's on the beach. He plays that pompous ass. Like, partial list of my favorite things in life. My interview in Playboy magazine. Roots, the book, none of that television horse shit. Mr. Martin Scorsese. That's what you remind me of. So I now lose $5,000.
Okay.
So instead of being up $24,000, I am down. I lost $4,100 for the day.
Now the big,
I lost $4,100.
now the big question
after the
is,
big.
now you got to make a comeback with tonight's game.
Well, I don't like. Well, everyone's saying Oregon because they got Mariota. What do you like tonight?
I like Oregon.
What's the line? What's the fucking line?
I think it's. I don't even know. I think they're going to blow them out. But I was wrong about the Green Bay.
I'll
Cowboys.
bet it right now. The other thing that annoys me are the DirecTV commercials with Rob Lowe. Okay.
Oh, you don't like the Rob Lowe commercial?
Oh, can
I
we
like
have
them.
I like the Rob Lowe
Oh,
commercial.
I hate them.
I like
maybe. But here's what I want to see though. If they had any balls, I want to see Wigger Rob Lowe.
You want to see
That's
a
next
nice
week.
backward
They're saving it for the Super
do-rag
Bowl.
wearing modeled most wanted Rob Lowe.
I'm black. I'm Wigger Rob.
I want to see
That's
Wigger.
hilarious.
Yo, I'm Wigger Rob Lowe.
I love
I
that.
want to see Wigger Rob Lowe.
Oh, you gotta write that one. We gotta hear Artie do Wigger Rob Lowe.
But yeah, to me they jumped the shark at scrawny arms Rob Lowe. I jumped the shark.
I
at
kind of like scrawny arm
You
Rob
do?
Lowe. I kind of like all the Rob Lowe's. I don't know why I like the Rob Lowe.
Who's the big
Well,
one he
we're-
does? The big muscle
Oh,
Rob
he's
Lowe?
good.
What's that
Meathead.
one?
Meathead
Meathead
Rob
Rob Lowe. I like
I
that
don't
one.
like any of them. But I mean, we're talking about it.
I can't believe I like him.
And then Peyton Manning singing the goddamn, what is it, State Farm or
the nationwide. That shit's annoying. That shit's a fucking annoying.
My fucking
I
daughter
never cover in
sings
the fucking playoffs.
we come home one day. My 2.5-year-old daughter just looks at us and goes, "Nationwide is on your side." I'm like, "You got to be fucking
I guess
kidding
they're
me!"
doing something right.
It's
they're
working.
doing something right. It's working. That's why we're talking about the Rob Lowe commercial.
we need a slogan for the podcast. That's what we need.
Minority cunt tastes so good.
That's what my son, who thinks he's hilarious, a 7-year-old's like, "I fart in your face." He like thinks he's the comedic genius.
More clever than anything I can.
2015.
Of course, then today I put on Stephen A. Smith on and Carrie Champion. Of course, I'm not allowed to tweet anything about her anymore. I fucking used up all that. But she asks stupid questions. Like every other hot chick, she asks dumb questions. She says to Stephen A. Smith, "Do you think the call against the Cowboys affected the game?" Of course, it fucking affected the game. I got supermodels talking about football.
Listen, Artie, I didn't know you had a gambling problem until you said "we" in terms of
I
talking
didn't
about the
realize-
Cowboys. Did you hear him say that? Did you hear? He said "we."
Yeah,
I didn't realize
and
you-
that's what the Cowboys.
I
Man.
know.
I hate the Cowboys, man. I do.
Those words never slipped out of my mouth. I hate the Cowboys with a fucking passion.
I used to do a whole bit in my stand-up back about the "we," and I thought it would have been the greatest football beer commercial ever.
The "we."
About how guys say "we."
And
that
then
when
you
you
say,
say
"You
"we,"
don't
you should
play."
have to be in the play.
That's the most annoying
Is that a
thing
hacky
ever.
bit?
Saying "we" is nothing wrong with that. Like we beat Wisconsin last night in basketball.
Well, let me tell you something. I agree with Jimmy in the sense that, if you're spending a lot of money at these games, it is we.
Yeah.
You got an investment in it. If it's $14 for a fucking bottle of Rolling Rock in a Giant game, guess what? It's we.
No, but this is my Jersey friend who, for some reason, roots Steelers. And he's saying "we."
well, yeah,
I got to
that's
take
another-
him down.
To me, I don't like those guys who bet for other teams from other cities because as a kid, if you couldn't go to the games, it's harder to be a fan.
Plus, there was no games on. The Steelers, you watched in the playoffs. That was it. They were never on here.
Yeah.
No. If
Now
you
with
love
fantasy
a team,
football,
you love
it's
them.
taking over everything. So
You love them. I'm a Niners fan till I fucking die, and I will always.
now,
love
why are
them.
you a 49ers fan?
Because he grew up in
Young-
Philly.
They're good.
It's great.
Because they were
Okay,
good.
just because Steve Young. So how did you saw him playing?
First
college
of all,
ball?
you were
No, I
8
saw
years
Steve
old when
Young.
Steve Young won that Super Bowl. By the way, 49-26. I had the fucking. I had the Chargers in the under. 49-26.
I'm doing a podcast called Artie's Famous Bets. It's just going to be just every day. Is one
I
of
got
Artie's
into
bets.
SAG. You talk about commercials. I was in a Budweiser commercial that aired on that Super Bowl.
Oh,
That's how I got into SAG. A Bud commercial that aired. It's one of the worst commercials.
That was your first audition, I think.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
I got in a commercial. I was principal. That got me in SAG, and I lost more money on the game than I made in the commercial.
that's sad.
Oh my god.
Oh, Niners.
That is so fucking really talk about depressing.
Niner Nation. Are you
But
out there?
you were 8 years old when that happened. A kid growing up in Philadelphia. How did you identify with Steve
You should
Young?
have been like Joe Pisarcik. and stuff.
Steve Young was taking concussions every week. I felt like he was just living my
That's
life
why you liked
on
him?
the field. He was taking a concussion. He'd walk back in, throw another ball.
No, you
act
like the color. You had one of those bad, shiny jackets.
Oh, I didn't have a
with
starter
the
jacket.
gold and the.
It took
That's
me
what
so
you
long
did.
to get a starter jacket, but we didn't have any fucking money, so I couldn't get a starter jacket.
Oh wow, with the
Dude,
blacks with no money. Take
Listen,
that somewhere
man,
else.
listen. I grew up hard, brother.
Dude, you're
I
from
grew
What do you think?
up
What do you think?
hard.
You're talking to three Rockefellers over here?
Dude, you're from a part of Philly where you could buy one of those jackets for like $10 out of
I
somebody's
mean,
trunk.
but you got to get the real one. You got to
No,
get the
you
real
don't.
starter jacket.
And you probably could get the real one for $10 out of a guy's
Back
trunk.
then, they weren't available all over. It wasn't like now you can go to Kohl's and get one.
Yeah,
There's always a
yeah.
guy with a trunk load of fucking clothes. In
Well,
Philly.
there was when I worked at the port. I don't want to say anything, but there was always a guy who, there was always closers.
There was a number of ways for you to get those.
There was always closers.
Oh, Steve Young. I couldn't stand the Niners. And
Fucking, I love Steve.
Steve Young was even more of a pretty boy in Montana. Like Brigham Young, way too clean cut. I don't want to be Michael Vick electrocuting dogs, but there's an in between.
Steve Young stuck his face right in the fucking play every time. He didn't give a fuck.
He did, but that's no reason to like him if you're growing up in. Did you like the Eagles at all?
I don't hate the Eagles. I mean, you know what? the
Randall
problem-
Cunningham would have been the guy.
I can't argue with Randall. I'm gonna be honest with you. The problem was I seen my dad go through the shit by loving the Eagles. He would just go. He would lose his mind watching the games. He would fuck. He would,
Eagles
he would
fans
just
are
be grimace. Like my dad is a nice person, but during the games he just like
Eagles
just
fans
grumbling.
are rough, man. You
not being a-
got. Well, any Philadelphia fan. I was 11 years old, and I went to a Flyers game.
That's no face
I
for a
went to
kid. I
a
tell you that.
Rangers Flyers game. My older cousin took me down there, and I was wearing a New York Giants shirt. And I'm 11.
Oh yeah, they don't give a
A
fuck. how old you are.
44-year-old guy comes up to me, drunk, and and he puts his arm around me and whispers in my ear. I'm 11. He's 44. Whispers in my ear. He goes, "Hey, your mother told me she was constipated last night, so I fucked the shit out of her."
E-S-G-L-E-S.
You had all that
At
coming.
11 years old, I was like, yeah, I had it coming.
You had it coming.
I had it coming.
Like, I wouldn't even wear my dumb Niners. I'll go see the Niners and the Eagles now to stay quiet. I'll root for them, but
And then he said-
you don't wear shit.
I fucked the shit out of
And then he said, "Artie, your thoughts?"
Artie, your thoughts? Oregon's -6.5. So what? So they're gonna win by a touchdown or what?
I'm rooting for Ohio State, but I just think I don't know. I think
Why are you rooting for Ohio State?
because my team is in the Big Ten now, so I'm doing that.
When's the next time Rutgers is going to win a game, by the way? The Big Ten.
They didn't do that bad this year. Come on, 8-5.
But how many Big Ten games they win?
They won 3.
Okay.
They beat
they
Michigan. They beat
Michigan's a
Maryland.
big win.
and
Michigan's
they
a big
beat,
win. Maryland's in the Big Ten? What?
Yeah.
Why? Why? Dan, don't keep telling me to break. I'm not listening to Dan about breaking. Why?
Now Rutgers will have some trouble next year. Big Ten, but we got a decent year.
All right, so yesterday, Tan Filato called. The other day, Tan Filato called, and Alex the Stoner called, and I'm hearing these guys in my nightmares, like a lot of fucking typical voicemails. Let's listen to these two calls. Just a brief tasting of one of them. What you got, Tan Filato?
Hey there, Art. This is Tan Filato, Dan Filato's gay boyfriend, who I met in Chicago. He's been keeping me under wraps. I just wanted to call to give you the breaking news.
The breaking news. All right, and then this is Alex the Stoner.
Artie, you fat bitch. This is Alex the Stoner. What up? Dude, you were looking fatter than ever and sweatier than ever, and you got to shave, man.
All right. So these two guys. So like in my nightmares, you know what happens to me? This actually wakes me up sometimes. I hear these two talking like at the same time, like over one another, and it drives me fucking crazy. And here's what that sounds like.
Artie, you fat
Hey there,
bitch.
Art. This is Cam Pilato. Dan Pilato's gay boyfriend, who I met in Chicago.
Than ever.
He's been keeping me under wraps. I just wanted to call to give you the breaking news. I met him in Chicago at a gay bar.
You almost look as bad
right after we had some Chicago-style pizza.
And you were sweating through your
Basically
stomach.
left me for you to go out here to Jersey, go on do a podcast. But this is Dan Pilano, Dan Pilano's boyfriend. I'm Dan Pilano because I get a lot of gay tans over there in Miami.
Just wanted to let all your
And
viewers know
Dan
you
has
guys
just been,
fucking
quite
balls.
frankly, he's my gay boyfriend, my gay husband.
All right,
I
peace,
used to
man.
butt fuck him every day in Chicago. We would have butt fuck.
Those two guys. I'm hearing in my nightmares. All right. What? How much time we got? What do we do there? 31. Well, why do you want to break, Dan?
You said we're going to do 3 segments, so I thought we were going to do that in a third.
Oh, all right. Well, now I want to do some. Do we have new voicemails? We do, right? Well, we're gonna
Do you
find
think
out.
McConaughey called in? Hey, y'all.
There's a new McConaughey one out, by the way, that really doesn't make any sense at all. Did
Yeah,
you see
I
the
don't
one
like
where
it.
he's sitting at a diner?
Yeah, that he didn't even talk. He didn't even do anything cool.
Why
or
wouldn't he
bad.
talk in that?
I don't know.
That's the whole, like, again, Matthew, the whole point is you talking.
You're ruining our bits here.
No, I mean, it's just like he sits in a diner and it starts to rain, and then he goes out and he gets in a Lincoln and puts the windows up because it's raining. It's sleeting. And then he drives away, doesn't talk. Pisses me off.
$1,200,000.
I don't know.
Not what,
They probably it was
I
probably
think he gets more. Don't you think he gets more?
that's probably why he didn't speak. It was like he gets $1,200,000 for just his head.
$1 million.
It's $3 million if he speaks.
By the way, Bills hired Rex Ryan. You see that?
Yep.
So Rex Ryan is the new head coach of the Buffalo Bills, and and you see, I told that Pepper Johnson story, and of course he's in the news now. Oh wait,
We have a call.
no, I don't. I can't take this. Okay.
Am I the only one who thinks Rex Ryan did not deserve to get another head coaching job that easy?
It was so easy.
You knew he was going to get one. He was just the Jets were. I mean, the Jets were just tired of him. He's still a good head coach.
I don't agree at all.
I think he got good things about him. I think
The
he's
Jets have stunk now for 4 years. He's a loudmouth. He's just annoying.
I think that's what hurt him. They shut him up when they told him to shut up, and he stopped talking. It kind of hurt him.
I blame a lot of people blame the general manager more than him for the Jets. I mean, with decent personnel, he got the 2 straight.
He
AFC
never knew what was
championship
going
game.
on the offensive side of the ball. He didn't even know, like, even during the game, especially like 2 years ago, he wouldn't even be paying attention. Like it was he was asleep at the ship in terms of the offense.
I think he was always paying attention.
I think
used
he
to
got a
love
job
Rex
a little
Ryan.
too quick.
I used to love when he used to speak up for the players because he was a tough dude with like, yo, leave my fucking players alone, and he used to speak up for them. And then when they told him to stop doing that shit, his team started going down because I feel like he was like his hands was tied. He couldn't coach the way he wanted to coach.
That's in the news. And listen, for the first time, ISIS did something I support. ISIS beheaded a street magician. Did you see that?
No.
ISIS beheaded. I gotta say, they finally did something that I'm.
Wow.
I don't know, man. It could be a trick.
Was it like mid magic trick or like before and after? I hope it was during.
I think he was. The guy was. The guy was in the act of pulling a rabbit out of something.
Mid juggle. It was just like.
It was cutting. Da-da.
How many mimes would you just behead? beheading a mime and he's got that white makeup on.
I wonder if it's like a chicken when you cut the head off, it
It's
keeps
mine,
moving.
man.
Like, do you think he kept doing the magic without the head for a little while? This guy's unbelievable.
No, maybe it's an illusion. Like, I'm going to continue to do this without a head. Yeah, so ISIS killed a street magician. Not all bad over there, the training. So, all right, I want to take a break. When we come back, I'm going to talk to the great Rick Shapiro. Rick, again, a great actor, a great comedian, and he's got a real cool thing going on, this comedy club crawl that I'm going to be a part of tomorrow.
Got some good credits. I mean, the guy's was on the Lucky Louie. He was on.
Yeah.
What was that?
What'd you say?
Great dermatologist, get my intro right.
What kind of dermatologist?
The molesting kind.
He's a molesting dermatologist. That is actually, you're not going to hear that on Letterman. I'm the only one who'll do an intro like that. But when we come back, we'll talk to Rick about tomorrow night, the comedy club crawl for Parkinson's disease, which I'm going to be a part of. Who else, real quick, who else is going to be a part of that tomorrow? Jimmy Gaffigan, right?
Magician with balls.
A headless magician.
A lot of good guys. Bobby Kelly.
Bobby Kelly, real funny.
Todd Barry, Rich, and Bonnie.
Oh yeah, Todd Barry, Bobby Kelly, Rich Voss, Bonnie McFarlane, Gaffigan, myself, and of course
You got Shang?
Shang. Shang is still around. I
It's all Shang Saturday night.
Yeah, I love
I was
Shang.
hanging out with him the other day.
Still has the hat on.
We almost
It
had
won't come off.
We almost had a sitcom called Lang and Shang.
You bullshit.
No, we pitched it.
Get out of here.
There was an argument about whose name would go first. He wanted Shang and Lang. I wanted Lang and Shang.
Like a Shang.
Not even a little bit
Schlang.
kidding. We pitched that to NBC, but they went with Emerald sitcom instead. We didn't have a good script. It was mostly in the title. We come back. We're going to talk to Rick Shapiro about tomorrow night and his career and a bunch of other things. Back on the Artie Quitter podcast. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Artie Quitter podcast. Hanging out with a bunch of the fellas. Rick Shapiro's here, as promised. A hilarious comedian. And
I'm not here yet.
Great actor. Now lives in L.A. with his lovely wife, Tracy.
I still call her my girlfriend.
Oh, girlfriend, I'm sorry.
I hate when someone becomes a wife.
Is it girlfriend? Well, did you have a wedding?
Can't get hard for a wife.
That is true, unless it's somebody else's.
Yeah, that's the God's honest truth. That's from God, man. Nothing better than sex is sex with somebody else's girlfriend.
Well, that's Rick Shapiro. You just heard him. Rick, give the full plug for tomorrow. What exactly is going on in case I miss details?
I see the look in your eye. You're like, let's see if he can do it.
No, I don't want to make any mistakes. Go ahead.
It's a great organization. It's a great organization. Tracy's good at.
You were Trace. You want to? This is Trace, the girlfriend, not wife.
Raising money so people don't think Parkinson's is about. I have Parkinson's. It's very hard for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
She'll tell you the rest.
It's the Light of Day organization.
What is it?
Light of Day.
Light of Day. Okay.
And we're starting at Stand Up New York at 6:30. Then we're going to New York Comedy Club at 9 o'clock, which is sold out. Stop making noises in my ear. New York Comedy Club, which is sold out, and then we're going to end up at 11 o'clock at the Village Underground. We got a great lineup. Nice. Ricky just licked me.
That's awesome.
We got a great lineup: Todd Barry, Bobby Kelly, Artie Lang,
nice.
Rick Shapiro, Gino Bisconti,
Gaffigan, right?
Gaffigan's going to be at the 9 o'clock, which is fantastic.
And whoever stops by.
Shang is going to be there.
Lang and Shang.
Shang and Lang.
I hear about that. Bobby, Todd, I didn't know you liked me. Thank you very much. I thought you all hated me.
Is that true?
I thought everybody hates me.
First of all, do you have Parkinson's disease?
Oh, I don't like to discuss it. That's so great about you. I hate that because I'd rather call it under the bench organization, like instead of House of the Rising Brightness or whatever.
Right.
But I guess I do. I don't like saying it, but I guess I do. Like I didn't plan on being, what they call an inspiration, because I just wanted to die. Like I wanted to go. I didn't know I'd go.
Well, that is definitely not inspirational to say that, but
Is that what?
It's not inspirational to say that, but you are an inspiration because you're hanging in there. I mean, you know.
Yeah, well, guys call me up, or I'm supposed to call them. They go, give them a call. You're an inspiration. So I call them up, and they go, they're like kids, 20 years old. I'm so uncomfortable talking about it, but they go, I go, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm hearing my father.
You don't have to hear.
Hearing my father. It's hilarious.
And they go, I say, how you doing? They go, it's over. I have Parkinson's. I go, I was just BMXing for my first time, full speed down the street, and I've been boxing every day for a couple of years, just about every day. And I do comedy. I'm more acute. Like you got to stand there and fucking tell Parkinson's I'm doing the fucking talking, and it's more fun. It's more real. Like it's you own who the fuck you are. Like it became almost one time when I was in a chipper mood. I went like.
That's the best way to say chipper. The way you just said it.
Yeah, that's right. Fucking stutter.
No, that's the best way to say chipper I've ever heard. God.
Yeah, like I was in a chip. I found out that being gay is a cure for Parkinson's. When I'm gay, sure, I run around and jump and dance. When I'm gay, I jump around, I spin around.
Well, that's bad news because if I ever get it, apparently I'm not getting rid of it.
No, I'll make you suck dick out there.
So sucking dick is a way to get rid of Parkinson's? No one told Muhammad Ali that, I guess.
Apparently.
But which makes me happy Muhammad Ali still has it in a way. I don't want to hear that Muhammad Ali sucked a cock.
I do. That's what I want to
Michael J. Fox, I'm sure. It's fine if he cures it.
I am the greatest.
And that's funny. Before I put Parkinson's, I used to have a line like about being I don't want to end up an old left winger with a faded ponytail, faded Hawaiian shirt, saying tonight we'll be toppling the government down by the Poetry Center. The cast of Stomp will teach us how to march, be heard, yet still entertain.
The cast of Stomp.
And then it goes on to the point where there's like, and they'll be having an all-night vigil for Michael J. Fox, where I hear he's getting better and be back on Spin City where he fucking belongs.
You know what I think would be good? Getting a hand job from someone with Parkinson's.
I'd like to suck the dick of a motherfucker who gets God's dick. He's fucking every time I try to talk, his balls go in front of my nose, and he goes,
Does God have to be a man? You're getting hit with God's balls in the face.
Maybe that's a better way to embrace God.
Really? I mean,
it's a woman.
It's a new
woman.
It's a new world now.
She rubs her vagina against me, and the stutter's gone.
That's a better way to get rid of it.
See, I'm on this constant road to discovery because of my own fucking research.
Well, let me ask you, were always a great philosophical thinker. You were. And you're
That's what they
first
said.
of all, I just saw you do a set about 8 months ago. Me and you were both on the same show.
Yeah, you were amazing, man.
Well, thank you. But
it was a rarity.
You were great. And you're doing maybe some of your best work. Do you feel having this disease has made you a better thinker up there? It gives you more insight into life and living and helped your stand-up?
Yeah, that's what's weird. It's like the passion of the moment. See, I live in L.A. where everybody whispers.
Right.
So I started to stutter because I don't know how to whisper. So I started to weave a whisper into things like, you motherfucker. You know? Like the truth is, guys would ask me questions, get scared. Because I said, I've been hanging around some bad guys. And he goes, but we used to improv piano together. Why don't you just call me? What kind of bad guys? I go, oh, bad guys. So it became a philosophical whisper. But like the passion of the moment. Like I told an LA comic, these cheese balls. I said, oh, that's for me.
We're on the river, by the way.
Is that the jump horn?
That's the Hudson River. That's a tugboat, is what that just was. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Was that a tugboat?
That was a tugboat.
I could have sworn it was a man of war.
It was a man.
Jeb Bush changing his mind. What the fuck was that? And by the way, he caught the fucking ball, and that's it. And the story.
I agree.
He had control of the ball.
Thank you.
But and I don't even watch sports.
I like
Good call.
I used to watch sports.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't think Rick had Parkinson's, but I'm very wet over here from him drinking his water, so I'm pretty sure he has it.
You're pretty wet.
He's been spilling water on me since he got over here.
Oh, really?
I'm not even drinking water. That's funny. I'm just spitting all over. It's a Parkinson's episode. I can only talk when I have Parkinson's. Look, when I have this doesn't even happen for me.
Are you taking medication?
Yeah,
for it?
too much. I hate it. I hate all of it.
Yeah.
But I want to say, I was in the car with this LA comic. I said I could just say yacht on stage, and they'd hear it. They'd get it, and he'd give me the whole thing like, well, first you got to bring them in, then you got to make them like you, then you got to make them like you more, then you got to let them know.
They have the agenda all out. Like,
yeah,
they're trying to get a sitcom.
Yeah. So I said, I don't even know. No, I don't even fucking know you. So I went on stage and I said yachts, and I started to get a reaction. Some people laughed. Some girl goes, yeah. I said, so you get the same reaction when you see the word yachts, fucking yachts in the fucking newspaper, yachts, fucking yachts. And I went on and on, like, because Congressman comes on after it. And the next word you read, or yachts, or another thing you don't even want, but you can't have because somebody else has, and you'll never have. And I went on and on to say, like, yachts is just a guy who can't tell the girl. It's an excuse for him to get a girl in a fucking bikini. And why don't you just say, there ain't no yacht, put this fucking thing on. And then they started get it, and then I said, Congressman, if you have a yacht, you don't decide people's incomes anymore. You get to die under a pile of 18-year-old Haitian boy ass. And your last words are that's the best heroin and ass I ever had, because you're a party doll. You're no longer, whatever. And the guy, how did you do that? I said, it's called thought. It's called, and like, this fucking party is a goddamn joke. All of a sudden I box. I go up to 12 rounds, but during the day I'm like this, as you see me, like, he can only move his lips. He can't seem to move his shoulders.
Wait, did you just start boxing after you got Parkinson's?
As soon as I got out of the hospital, they told me a trainer's coming over, and it was a trainer goes like, lift your toe, lower your toe, lift your leg, lower. I said, I'm not 90 years old, and I didn't have a stroke, and some guy's throwing a plastic ball at me as I'm running from the bathroom to the living room. He goes, catch the ball when you run. That's very good, and I'm like.
Do they treat you condescending? Do you get it's like patronizing? Does that piss you off?
Yeah, it does. That's why, like, I don't know what inspiration means. Like, I do my life.
Living with it and dealing with it,
But I don't have to go around talking about. What's funny? My mind changes as I'm here. I'm like, yeah, Parkinson's. Let's talk about that little fucking cunt. Come here, Parkinson's, you little bitch.
You find the segues come more often?
I never find anything coming often.
What? Now, how did you find out you had?
Now that I've learned to second guess myself, I love that he's swinging a baseball bat while I'm talking.
I know, really. Jimmy.
That's life. That's beautiful, man.
Everything's got to be about Jimmy, by the way.
but that's all of us, though.
Jimmy hasn't gotten attention for 2 minutes.
I know. He knows how to get it. He's waving a bat in front of my eyes.
It might be a little disconcerting to some people. Put the bat down.
Yeah, because I've been there. In fact, I hung out with this guy who goes like, I got to go get paid to go beat up this girl's date. I said, she doesn't just want to walk.
Wait, you met a guy, slow down. You met a guy who said he was paid to go beat up a girl's date?
Yeah, I started to meet these interesting guys.
Where?
Because I got bored.
Where are you meeting them?
Oh, that's a good question. And I hate that you're the only guy who actually probes, because you're just who you are. A lot of people ignore the question, like, "Oh, you met a guy. That's a very interesting story." But you go, "Where?"
Well, I've met guys like that too, but in mental institutions in jail.
Yeah.
Or at the Comedy Store.
Yeah. Fans.
Do fans come up and tell you this?
Man, they hand me shit, and I'm trying to stay clean. And
I know. I go through that too, man.
But I found out, you do, right? That's why I always want to call you.
Well, I call me anytime. It's hard to do. Fans do think they'll ignore you like that. You're trying to stay clean, and because they want to hang out with you. So they'll put. I've had this happen. Guys will put cocaine in your hand, like an 8-ball. I go, dude. I somehow got strong enough with blow to where I go, I'm going to drop this. So you got 10 seconds to figure out if you want it back, or you're going to have to go on the floor to get it.
That's so funny, because that's a word I'm battling with. Everybody says I'm strong, but I bought into that AA shit where it's like, no, I'm not, I'm weak, and that's why I have a new strength, because the book says we will find a new kind of strength. Instead of like...
Does AA not work for you?
I won't admit. I go periodically.
Right.
And I just being who I am saves my ass.
What do you mean by? What do you mean? Like you just the way you think, or
like the fact that I got bored? I always want to stand up. The fact that I got bored.
Stand up if you want.
I'm not allowed to. Let me just talk like this, like an LA comic. I'm trying to get it together. A tight five. These motherfuckers. You want to know what it's like to have Parkinson's? Here's what it's like. Live in LA for 7 years, the same fucking thing. So I did this fucking one man show where I broke all the rules. I'm the bad boy of the group, blah, blah, blah. I went around. I said, you guys all have secrets, right? Long story short, I said, all I want during an accidental serious moment, all I want is for one guy. I want God to come down on earth, look me in the eyes and just say one thing. Give me a fucking slice. Just give me a slice. But I said, but you guys don't understand what that means. Out here, they don't say shit. Out in LA, there's 82,000 looks of lies. Here, you know if a guy lies. They have 82,000 looks, 82,000, and then each look has 82,000 nuances. Like,
wait a minute, you want God to come down? If you could say one thing, would be give me a slice.
Yeah, I just want to be back here, man. You realize when you said, so I placed a bet.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I try to tell people, why are you whispering?
Yeah, I know. And now everybody's very.
That's what gave me the Parkinson's. I know.
Is LA comics?
Yeah.
LA
I didn't think that could happen.
Yes, I swear to God, because you know why? I just lost why. Fuck. Maybe that's good you lost why. Why don't you talk gay since it cures you? Like I told my dog, I said, well, when I'm gay, I'm fine. I move, I'm fine. I jump, even on stage, I do it. I dance around and jump around.
Well, just talking gay cure you, or do you have to go through the gay acts?
I haven't discovered that realm yet.
He's like Mel Tillis when he sings. Like if he talks in a gay voice, there's no stutter.
Yeah, that's what Barry Katz said, but I didn't realize that he lies. So
it took you this long to realize Barry Katz lied?
I ignored it because he called me in. So I said, all right. And I saw
Barry Katz, a very famous manager in comedy, by the
way. Maybe he's a great guy. I mean, nice enough to call me in.
I think he's a great guy, but like a lot of managers, you probably told a few white lies before.
But I forgot that his client stole some of mine. He was okay with it.
I know. Well, Jay Mohr you're talking about, right?
Yeah, Jay Mohr, Jay little faggot.
Can you tell that story? Because that's a great show business story.
Yeah, we're all over the place. That's what I like about this.
No. Well,
is there a buffet? All you can eat? Where am I?
There is food here.
Yeah, I'm not on the road because you're real comics.
So you were doing a one man show.
I have flashbacks while I talk. Like a guy on the road. He had man deodorant and man hairspray and man arm spray and man this, man that. And I said, oh, he's a hack. And he comes in, he dries his armpits in front of the fan.
Right.
And he's walking around in gym shorts. I said, you know that jock comic guy? Like, so I just had that flashback.
Yeah.
So anyway, I have too much fun with you, Artie. Ask me where I met the guy. I met him at clubs, and I found out that they're more interesting than the comedians. Holy shit!
I agree with you.
They just took me off this one drug. They took me off one drug and replaced it with another.
What drug did they take you off of? Because you might want to go back on it.
I know. No, they gave me Provigil and stiffening me up like a piece of shit.
What are there bad side effects with these drugs?
Not supposed to be.
Well, can we tell the Jay Mohr story?
I'm so much.
Yeah, tell the Jay Mohr story. I'm enjoying watching
early
Artie try to keep you on track.
With Artie, I don't want to stay on track. That's the whole thing.
Dude, if you had the dry erase board,
you don't know how much I love you, man.
No, I love you too, Rick. I'm glad.
No, you don't know.
Here.
No, you don't know because I don't tell anybody. I don't call anybody before 2017 a.m. Because in the morning I'm like, I'm in LA. You know, like out here, there's nobody. there's invisible volleyball teams bouncing by my window having a good time, like doing this. They're all
in LA. There's invisible volleyball teams.
Look.
Wait, go ahead. Just try to talk into the mic.
In life, in life,
yeah.
In New York, you just live. You have a blast. You sleep late, you're fine. In LA, if you sleep late, you open your blinds and you see people hopping and skipping in slow motion, like volleyball teams, and they're all okay with it.
People do get up and exercise quite a bit there. Yeah. It's in your face.
I feel like I'm so trampled by that. Like I feel like a lavender blonde yoga mat at Trader Joe's.
And nobody who plays beach volleyball is funny.
No, man.
No, of course not.
They fucking do kickboxing on the beach, and they send pictures of themselves like
assholes.
Yeah, like a girl sends a bikini pic, a comedian, and she says, "The tan factor increases the beauty factor. That's an important factor, girl." And I'm like, "We're friends. How did that happen?" You know, because God laughs. He goes like, "Yeah, right, Rick. How long are you gonna stay here? It's either this, the mafia, or trusting Tracy." I said, "All right, I'll trust
you should trust Tracy, absolutely. But is the mafia really an option?"
Well, the guys I was with, they're all scattered, like flies. But I like how guys in the mob say, guys in the mob say there is no mafia. Bullshit.
Well, they're not. They're supposed to say there's no mafia.
Yeah, but they say it out loud. They say all kinds of shit.
Yeah. Well, the people who say there is one and that they're in it usually are the bullshitters.
Well, I say there is one. I was in it. A lot of wannabes too, but I have an impersonation. I can't do it because you got to see it. Of how I left the mob.
Yeah, how you left the mob, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, I'm in an acting class that I was.
This is the most unique mob story I've ever heard. You're in an acting class.
I was in an acting class doing David Mamet, getting ready for my background, whatever. And I'm doing acting. I'm hustling to pay for it.
You and Crazy Joe Gallo were taking a movement class?
Yeah.
God. Do you know Crazy Joe Gallo? The guy got shot. Of course not. Guy got shot in Umberto's.
Crazy Joe Gallagher?
Yeah, Crazy Joe Gallo.
Oh, Gallo, yeah. When was that?
1973. They shot him in the head at Umberto's.
Maybe I wasn't in the mafia. I was with Colombians and Puerto Rican hitmen and Jewish.
You were with a cartel.
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
I was with a gang.
Okay, so Jay Mohr. Here, I'll tell you how I heard the story. You tell me if it's right. All right. You're doing a one-man show in New York. You're doing a Christopher Walken impression. We do a bit as Christopher Walken. And Jay Mohr, you see Jay Mohr do it verbatim, word for word, on Saturday Night Live, okay? This is what I heard, okay? You call up and you say, I want to, sue you because you took my bit. And Saturday Night Live supposedly steals all the time from people, but they go, fuck you, prove it, and no one can ever prove it. You happen to have a videotape of Jay Mohr in the front row laughing at the bit. So you sent the videotape into Lorne Michaels. He sees Jay Mohr laughing, and they settle, and you get money from the lawsuit.
Oh, that's
Jay Mohr also, I believe, wrote about it in his book.
Yeah, it's in his book.
Big enough of a man to write about. Okay.
Did he say that in the book?
Yeah. So
you got to hear this.
Is that right?
That's completely wrong. Do I look like a guy? First of all, do I look like a comic who would do Christopher fucking pain in the ass walking?
It seemed like a little hacky for you.
It's a different bit, right?
What is the bit?
It's an Irish bartender.
It's an Irish bartender.
It's one of his classic bits.
Okay.
That guy who kicks everybody out.
Yeah.
I love that.
What's the matter? Too much ice in your drink? Well, give me that drink. There's not your drink anymore. You're not a customer anymore. I don't like it.
So
and it goes on and on and on.
So Jay Mohr
and he used to yell. He was my friend at the Boston Comedy Club. He was a friend, and he'd keep yelling, "Do the Irish bartender. Do the Irish bartender." So next thing I know, he did the Irish bartender as a sketch. And I was kind of fresh off the so-called, well, I have to cop to it, the street, even though I come from a nice middle-class houndstooth, worry mother.
Where are you
from?
I
was fragile,
where are you
I was
from?
strong. I don't know. It's where I'm from, where I've been.
Okay.
I'm whoever I gotta be, man. I was born a middle-class Jew in New Jersey. I was born a white slave.
But for a while you were homeless?
You know, I called it that. I mean, and then I realized I was.
But
So
what would other people call it?
Hold on.
I say the realtor was 2 years late, so I sat on the sidewalk in front of a building.
Called it that. Did he realize he was?
I sold my dick to fucking get a couch.
Right.
Because, you know,
Would you let guys
Couch
blow you? Would
Depot
let
was so
guys blow
expensive.
you? Would you let guys blow
Well,
you?
because I was bad at blowing them. Because I always heard, I actually heard this, get up, you're worse than my wife. And then he goes, I'll do you. I'm like, oh, fuck.
But I'm not going to sit here and judge you because I feel I'd be bad at that too.
Yeah, right.
I feel, you need a lot of work, a lot of trying with that, a lot of practice.
Oh, you got to imagine. And picture doing it for...
I'm not going to sit here and judge you for being bad at sucking cock.
I hope you don't judge me. I shouldn't have said that. Stupid. I'm having the attack of the normals.
Right. So you were off the street doing
Yeah.
the Irish bartender, and you see him do it on Saturday Night Live. Is that what happened?
That's great. It just took me
You were doing
10 years of my life where
you
it takes
were
me 20 years to talk 10 minutes about my
You
life.
were doing a Howard Cosell impression.
Yeah, exactly. and then I did a SpongeBob reference, and Jay Mohr's little poodle ears propped up, and said, "Do the Irish." He kept doing that. So I called up, and I got a call from Louis before I knew him well. From all these guys,
Louis
You know,
C.K.
all these guys. I'm like, wow, these guys care. I know, but I thought I was a piece of shit.
And Louis called you up and said he's
He
stealing
said,
from you.
put on Saturday Night Live. And I think he even said, Chris Rock, you know, I was kind of new. And Chris Rock called Louis and said, he's doing Rick's bit. And,
Oh, wow.
Did,
So
did I
Rock
just go
ratted him
LA
out.
on you? Did I just go LA like Chris Rock called and Gary Shandling thought,
Well, no, you're just telling a story. If it
I
happens
just
to be a
hate
famous
fucking-
guy,
you don't know how
you're not
much I
name
like you.
dropping, telling that story.
Tell me who I can gamble through. I mean it.
I'll give you a number. That's exactly what you need in your life right now.
Yeah, that is. That is.
That's what it's
You
missing.
can't not have it. You can't not have it. You can't live this good boy Puritan. Like, you know what it's like to go from one minute, you're like, that's great ass, that's great heroin, to a day, the next morning, you're like, I'm trying to juice more consistently. You know, God want. I told the doctor, why'd you wake me up? I don't want to become the next earth tone level of humanity.
Well, you make a good point. People want
I
that
wanna
from
live
me. They
past
want me
40.
to change immediately. They want me to go from heroin to juicing. They
Yeah.
really do. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't. Give me a week. I can't fucking.
I know,
I
it's
can't go from
overnight.
heroin to kiwis and fucking
Yeah.
the magic bullet in my kitchen. I can't do that. I need time.
We had it. Thank God I broke it.
What was your drug of choice? Coke.
Everything, coke and heroin, but I never shot up. I'm not used to being impassioned. I'm used to being half just listening to guys.
I got a
going,
feeling you on cocaine would take up an afternoon. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd wake up with a whole new life on top of me that I can't get off. God,
I'm so happy you were bad at sucking cock, man. I'm so
thank you so much.
Because people tend to stick with stuff they're good at.
When did the
Yeah.
dick sucking start? I don't even know when this got into the conversation.
Chris, please. These are young comics. They don't understand.
I like this guy. He's so funny.
He's a good kid, this kid.
I love it. He's going like, I don't know.
I want to be.
I like Chris, but my agent told me to get a black guy because of some controversy.
Smart move.
Nah, he's a good
Rob
kid.
Lowe on the down low.
On the down low, Rob Lowe. There's
That's
the one.
funny.
Somebody
That's a
he's
good Rob
blowing
Lowe.
guy.
He's blowing guys.
TMZ
On the down low,
DL.
Rob Lowe.
You got strong hands.
I'm gonna
and a
blow
hard
Rob
chin.
Lowe. That's
On the
funny.
down low, Rob Lowe. He's getting ass fucked
I hope it gets reamed by Danny
by
Glover.
black guys on the direct TV.
Danny Glover. Black guy, big guys with the extra gigantic thighs that are too big for their
Steroid people, yes. Steroid.
No, like Danny Glover has those big thighs and
Danny
and-
Glover?
Yeah, I want him to fuck Rob Lowe so with all
Now
that
you're-
compassion. Like,
Now you're name dropping.
ain't nothing you ain't felt. I ain't felt 1,000 times more, Robbie Lowe. Like, I'm pushing you in. Samuel Jackson's waiting for you to blow. You're like, I said, pull it out. I said, keep it hard. What? No teeth, motherfucker.
Are you saying the LA comics don't use this in their bits to get sitcoms? This particular.
Yeah.
This isn't getting you a sitcom this big.
I don't understand. I'm such a nice person. I don't understand. And when I'm like this, when I'm my grandmother or mother, I don't know. I know, because I was born a boy or girl or a man or neither or both. But I know I was born. When I talk like this, I have no problem. You know, it's like
true.
I just dropped me off at camp, and now I'm relaxed.
When you do an accent, you don't stutter.
It's amazing.
Yeah, but do the English one, not the gay one.
The English one?
Do the gay English one. Can you do a gay English guy?
That guy wasn't English. He was just like kind
Well,
of normal.
I don't know. I guess I could put it in English.
I'm from North Jersey. Anybody who
I
speaks
do a
proper
Scottish.
sounds English.
You sound like you're from Maine.
It sounds like Rob
nice.
Falcone
If I
to me.
cared, if I gave a shit,
I'd say we develop
you'd be dead.
on the down low Rob Lowe character for DirecTV.
I wrote this back. You got a light?
No.
Yeah, I got to like to hear.
There you go.
See, that's the funny thing about hanging out with you guys. It's like hanging out. I don't do any interview.
Well, why'd you go to LA? Do you feel you're going to stay there? I mean, it is easier living, man. I mean, what you're going through
bullshit,
now.
it's
I mean, with the weather, it's
the weather.
Look at this
Nice
shit you
sunny
got to deal with
fucking
now.
weather. But this is shit. It's good.
Yeah.
Who cares about the sun? Who gives a rat's ass about? If one more person said there was half a cloudy day, and this woman goes, "Have a nice, gloomy day." Can you imagine people like that?
No.
Look at his face. That's what used to be my heart. It would
James
go
is the
like
only
that.
guy in this room I trust besides Rick.
I understand that.
No, you know what? Honestly, the people who like sun too much, you don't. It's
follow
out of
that.
line to ask you to do your Jay Mohr impression because
Yeah, but I want to say, I went up to her. I said, "One cloud ain't gloomy. Your son getting killed is gloomy." And she gave me her usual "Why were you born?" look.
Do you get the "Why were you born"? I get that look a lot. Why were you born? Mostly from women.
Yeah, the women who. Oh my God.
You find when you meet somebody new nowadays with the technology, this fucks me over with a lot of relationships. They Google you in the bathroom and immediately they don't want to talk to you because when you Google me, like if I meet a young chick at a bar and she Googles me, it's really bad what comes up. It's really bad. You know what I mean?
Well, that's funny. I always get these hicks who are like I met this cute girl on the road, but she was like talk like a hootenanny. She was like, "I'm going to school to become a nurse, you know, going to school to become a nurse. I'm going to school to become a nurse."
What? You didn't finish the whole. You just said nerd.
That was her. That's how she talked.
Oh, you did.
You didn't catch that.
I didn't catch that.
I can't wait to see Jay Mohr do that bit.
All right, I'll do that.
So she didn't finish all the words?
That's Tracy. That's the first time I dropped my head in laughter.
Now, how did you meet Tracy? I think she's good for you. She's great. She's a great energy in your life. She seems like a ray of sunshine. How did you meet Tracy?
Wait,
What?
Joe, look at me, because you can always spot if someone's telling the truth.
Okay.
Yes, she is good for me. Then I'm gonna call you and say, "What did you see in my eyes, Joe? Was it really? Is she?" Well, I saw a questioning, but an acceptance.
What just happened? He doesn't blink.
Do you
He doesn't
think he
blink.
was
If you
lying?
notice.
Do you
doesn't
think he was
blink.
lying?
Does not blinking mean lying? I don't know. He didn't blink.
That's right. I'm talking like this.
I think it rarely means honesty.
I thought.
No, I think you guys are a great couple. I think she's good for you.
amazing.
She gets the joke. She seems smart and charming, and
She's funnier than ever. I can't believe it.
well, that's nice. I like to put it this way. Me and some other people who care about you like that she's in your life.
Can I ask a
That's
question?
nice, man.
Did you
Thank
guys
you.
meet before Parkinson's or?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I ended up in LA with amnesia. I didn't really realize I was gonna have to stay.
We met on MySpace.
Oh, you did? Really?
Are you serious?
Is that true? Okay.
Yeah.
You were looking for Dane Cook tickets?
Oh, say it again. Please say it
You were
again.
looking for Dane Cook tickets.
Oh, say it again.
She was, not you.
Pick anybody. Say I was.
Tracy, what
Say I was. Heal me, man. Please.
song did he have played
get
on
the
his
devil
MySpace?
out of me.
Heal me.
I said, what song did he have played on his MySpace?
Oh yeah.
He wrote that he was
No. Tell him the original. Why you?
okay. The original story is I was laying in bed a year before we met with a plate of Coke on my chest, and a bottle of vodka, and some peanut butter.
And peanut butter.
Yeah, I know.
Peanut
but-
butter.
Keep it healthy.
And-
Is
Mom,
it natural peanut butter or like?
Crunchy? I need to know. Crunchy?
Yeah, what kind of?
First of all, Mom, my dreamboat has died.
And I saw him walk. I saw him on television with his cock out, and I went.
Was that on Louis?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, Lucky Louie.
Now you on Lucky Louie, the one
And
the
I-
sitcom he had
HBO
before,
one.
I
right?
saw him walk out. And I went. all fucking stoned out. I went, I'm gonna marry him.
I'm gonna marry him. And look, well, see, dreams come true in this country.
Then
Well, here's how it happened.
And then I MySpaced him because he wrote that he was 8'11" and 99 years old, and I wrote back, "You're really tall." And we went up hooking up in we went up hooking up in Boca, and now you go.
Did you bring the peanut butter?
In a Yugo?
This is a story I
car, a
guess.
Yugo
Were
car?
you headlining at Boca Nuts?
Yeah.
Broadway.
Boca No Nuts. It was comped by a senior citizen home, Roger Paul Extravaganza.
We both played Boca Raton. Did you ever do Boca Nuts with me?
No, I never
God,
did
that's
it.
what
Is that the real name of the club?
Al Martin. No, Al Martin bought it and made it New York Comedy.
Yeah, right. That's what I did. And they had guys doing a ukulele about hemorrhoids. Another guy knew the senior citizens center, and I go, so you guys are all from the senior citizen center. So you got the ping pong room by the other room, and he knew in and out. I go on and say this joke about shooting George Bush, and they all get up and
With
walk
their walkers
and
and their
IVs
respirators.
and nurses, and they're like walking out. And I said,
Slow motion.
why don't you guys run for the first time in your life? I'm watching my career spiral downward in slow motion. I said, get the fuck out of here if you're gonna leave.
Why did you guys run for the first time?
So Jane. Oh yeah.
They fired you.
Wait. I did the cock thing, right? So I got like 100 emails from girls saying, "Hey cock man, hey cock man, hey how big's your cock? Hey I saw your cock."
Oh, because after the Lucky Louie thing.
Yeah, all these girls. So I finally saw the reality. I said, "I'll be in Florida at 9. You can meet me at this club." And they went, "Florida, huh?" Or sounds good. Or I didn't think of that. Maybe. And she goes,
What a ticket.
I bought a ticket. I'll see you at 9. So that was my first experience with a lifelong, lasting control freak.
Well, no. Well, sometimes you
See you
need
at
that.
9, your mind.
Listen, I would ask you another question, but my cousin's getting married in June, and I have to be there.
Fuck that.
Listen, Rick, you have an open invite. I want you to come back anytime. I
don't want to end it. We got to end it.
Yeah, but you want to keep talking? I don't care.
Do a little Jay Mohr.
Can you do a Jay Mohr impression? Can you do Jay Mohr doing his Irish bartender character?
I didn't get. That's another thing. He lied in his book. I didn't get a dime. But
did he? I want to be fair to Jay.
I'm sorry.
But because did he say he got money in the?
Yes.
Did you know what he in the
he
money?
said I got
In the book,
paid.
in the book, he said that Ricky got.
That Rick got money. I heard a figure. I heard
This-
$200,000.
Yeah, this is what he
You
said.
heard that?
That's what I heard.
All right, what he said was that Rick got enough money to stop sucking cock.
That's what he said in the book.
That's what he
that's
said.
a lot
Is
of
that
money.
what he said in the book?
If you
Yep.
start sucking cock, you're reaching
That's what
high,
he told
first
me
of
that.
all.
Why would I tell you that? And then, so I made a video, which I sent on Twitter because you brought it up.
Sure.
That gives the full recap, the full story. Ricky didn't get a cent. Ricky didn't get an apology. And then, here's the best part. Jay sends a fucking email like, I want to apologize because I feel really bad. I have regrets.
Oh God.
So
program shit.
I reach out to Jay. I reach out to Jay. I'm like, listen, Rick would love to meet up with you and do this. I said, just send an email with a time and a date and blah, blah, blah. And he fucking disappeared. So he's a fucking scumbag.
What a scumbag move.
Listen.
No, I know it's all about understanding, but he's got
that's sometimes
he's got a misused criminal gene, and he should put it to better use instead of being a pussy. I'm sorry. When he just says, I don't want to badmouth comedians except him.
Listen,
He's the only one.
I know Jay. He's always been friendly to me, nice to me. But we're talking about
Friendly
something.
and
I
nice.
think if he was here, he would even admit that that's a bullshit move.
Oh, yeah. Well, he said he did a podcast with Paul Provenza, and Paul Provenza was like, do you have any regrets? And Jay brought that up. So it's like that initiated that initiated the whole apology thing. But you know what? Why don't you follow through? Why don't you say you're sorry? Why don't you man up?
Yeah. That's what you got. You got it in that situation. You have to when it's so blatant that you're in the wrong.
He's lucky I didn't read the book. Now I'm like,
you don't want to read the book at this point.
Yeah, piss you off.
Well, actually,
isn't it a weird
I can get him to
feeling
sign it
here?
for you.
Yeah, I hate to sound LA, but isn't it a weird feeling here for a minute? It's like I'm a comic.
No, I feel fine.
No, I love
hear-
Tracy.
when
Tracy, she reminds me of my wife. She's like, oh, you're white and
See, that's smart.
taller.
Are you married
Because
to a
I'm
white
sitting here
chick?
saying,
No, my
Joe,
wife's
I'm
black
sitting here
as shit.
saying,
Black as shit.
I was gonna get mad for a second.
But she's sassy like my wife is. My wife's
sassy.
like, fuck that. He's a pussy. And I'm like, no, he's not a pussy. He's a pussy.
Well,
Yeah,
she's
she does that.
defending her man.
I like the way you
Good.
handled it, which was, just here's a spot, come and meet us, and we'll and you can apologize right to the guy I'm with.
Wow,
face.
it's so funny to
It
hear
was
that. I want
nice.
somebody to say, like, wow, she's a pain in the ass.
No,
Do you
she's
think
dope.
No, that's a good move. I like that.
Good
Do you think
move.
he was
It's
afraid?
to the point.
Because I'm the guy who hangs out with guys who will go, I got to go beat up a girl's date. And I go,
beat up a girl's date.
I go, why? He goes, I get paid. I said, why doesn't she just walk away from the date? He goes, well, she hates him more than that. He goes, so I just found that interesting. Like, can I go? I want to see a guy,
That would be
date get beat
that would be
beat up.
interesting to say. Sure.
Well, you know what's funny? I'm thinking, because I had Jay Mohr on my podcast, and he told me when he's in movies, this is really shitting on Jay Mohr, but he said when he's in movies, he doesn't really act. He just does a mimic of what he thinks the character should be. So he said he never really
Well, that's called acting.
But not really,
No,
though.
not really. No,
he
man.
doesn't go from within. He's just like, okay, this is what they
Not a
want, and I'll do an
bullshit
I'll do
way.
an impression of it.
No, like-
So
like-
that's what he kind of did with your bit. He's like, okay, he can watch somebody do a bit and then do it the
that's
same way very
very,
easily.
very smart. Because I played this. I did a film in Germany. Had to play a Marine about to get shot. But my whole thing was, I ain't getting shot. I ain't getting fucking shot. I ain't getting fucking killed. I don't know. They said there's one guy behind the door, Japanese, whatever. And I said, I don't know if there's 1,000 people. So I said, I got to make sure I get control. I have to not die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the actor behind me goes like this. He goes, like a so.
By the way, for you people listening, he just tapped him on the shoulder and made the Fonzie thumbs up.
Yeah, with a squirrel face. So I elbowed him as hard as I could with the butt of my rifle.
Yeah.
And he couldn't breathe. I said, "Don't you? This ain't no basketball game." Like I said, "I'll fucking kill you to make sure I don't fucking die."
That's acting right there.
No,
That's fucking acting. Yeah.
That's acting.
Because he's treating like
You did it.
Yeah, because I fucking don't want to die. Don't fucking. I'm going in with a guy who's doing this.
Yeah, no, you don't want to do that.
So it's just real to me. It's just real. Like so that whole thing. What Joe said was very, very right.
Well, listen,
I've had
if
acting
you're-
class.
If you're, I don't, I can tell. It shows.
No, but I mean, you could always tell the
In
people.
your many projects.
No, but there's always people in every class. You go, there's people that act, and there's people you're like, fucking shit, this guy's playing for real. Like you're almost
This is
afraid
life.
of them.
I was
And
When
Well,
you're used
right.
to acting with comedians, and then then a real actor's in front of you.
Yeah,
go,
you're like,
whoa,
whoa,
you
this
don't know
guy's
what to
bringing
do.
it.
I'm gonna show y'all some of my sketches during the break so y'all can critique me. I'm dead ass.
Well,
This is
listen,
gonna be funny.
tomorrow, if you want to hear more of this, which I don't know why you wouldn't, maybe Rick and I will go on stage together tomorrow. It'll be fun.
That'd be fun,
Tomorrow, the
amazing.
New York, it's a comedy crawl for Parkinson's disease. We're starting at Stand Up New York at 6:30. Doors open. 9 p.m. New York Comedy Club, which is sold out. Jim Gaffigan will be on that. And then we're going to go 11 o'clock to the Village Underground, which is around the block from the now legendary Comedy Cellar. And Rick Shapiro, myself, and a bunch of great guys. Rick, thanks, man. I'm going to see you tomorrow night. We're going to have fun. All right?
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to have a blast.
Thanks a lot. It's so good seeing you guys.
Rick and I, we were late for a spin
Seeing you.
class.
Yes,
we're
that's
gonna
right.
we're gonna come back and wrap this up.
I don't want
the
to
Artie
be done.
Twitter.
I don't want to be done. I have to go. I don't want to be done. I have to learn to not stutter for tonight.
Yeah. All right. You know what? That was a blast. I can't imagine following that with anything. That was a great Rick Shapiro. If you're around New York, come by tomorrow night. Is there a website we could tell them to go to? Say it again. Lightofday.org. Lightofday.org. Go to that. I want to thank Mr. Flippin, of course, James, Danny Filato, Rick Shapiro, and Tracy for coming in.
Yeah.
Matarese, the great Jimmy Polumbo. Joe, plugs.
My
Ready?
plugs.
And Chris plugs.
I got
I'll be at the Borgata Valentine's Day. That's all I got.
Oh.
And then Jimmy, if you want to say anything, go ahead. Wrap it up.
I will. I just found out I'm taping my 1 hour special where you're doing one
Awesome.
of your shows for tomorrow night at the Village
Oh,
Underground.
it's going to be great.
April 28th, we're filming that, and tickets will be free to get in, and I'll have all the details soon. Follow me on Twitter at the Joe Matarese. Come and see me the 23rd and the 24th at Bust a Gut Comedy Club in Toms River, New Jersey.
And you can check me out in Taken 3. I got about 4 scenes in that. Movie's pretty good.
Awesome.
Doing well at the box office, and going to be on Mysteries of Lore in a couple weeks too.
Okay.
Hit me up on Twitter at Cotton215. Instagram also, CenterCityComedy.com, Center City Comedy Podcast. And plus, this weekend, Friday night, I'll be at Bristol Comedy Club. Oh, I'm sorry, Comedy Works in Bristol. And then Saturday, I'll be with Artie.
Yeah, we'll be at that's sold out.
I'll be there too. That's right.
Joe, Chris, and I will be doing stand-up. That's sold out at the Starland Ballroom in Sayreville. And again, Valentine's Day at the Borgata. I'll be at Cobb's in San Francisco the next weekend. And then Artie Quitter, ArtieQuitter.com. To sign up for the podcast, guys, Artie Quitter. And that's it. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. Brush your hair. All right.